100-yard dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damages. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. Dancing to his left. This will be caught inside the 10. 10 more there and another 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. from 4 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? You can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
At the Seahawks' 19-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 13 yards out. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barker. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And this one will be brought back to the 22. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Mahomes firing complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. Mahomes now nearly perfect, 9 of 10 in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Mahomes. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Barker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll set up to throw. He's got Evans. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They fake the give. Now Mahomes escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And out of bounds right around the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line.
Hey, 50 the mark, 50 the mark.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
17 yards. First down, Seattle.
On play action, they'll throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards. Now they try the right side here. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the back. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Amani Hooker. He's got daylight past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting him at this point.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions.
And I think the ball's out. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now he'll let it. Oh, man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, LA. In for the score. And the Rams take advantage of the turnover to put up 6.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Going deep for Diggs. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Stephon Diggs. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to have a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll look to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Mike Evans, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back. The point after is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
On the Seahawks 2-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 37, check 37.
Now a handoff looking right. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. And an alley to run. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll drop the throw. And this is caught by Evans. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
Their own 20-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got playing to catch.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw again on second down, Mahomes. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
I got you, boy.
Mahomes now to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run,